Hey everybody, this is Mr. Michael, and I am going to be drawing the passenger base in Inventor. So we're going to come up, click on New. I need a new part drawing, so I'm going to create from a standard IPT. Now I want to start a 2D sketch. I want to go ahead and use my XY or XZ plane. I don't want a front view, I want a top view now. So I am going to come in and I am going to draw a rectangle. And now dimension it. It is 1.975. This is going to be 1.590. I want to go ahead and move this, get the line away from the axis. I don't want any boo-boos. Okay, need to get out of the dimension command. That was my bad. Okay, so this is drawn better now. We're going to add a circle. I am going to add a square. It could be a rectangle. We'll make it a square in just a minute. I'm going to come down here, hit polygon. I'm going to change it to a three-sided polygon, which is another way of calling it a triangle. Again, make sure it's not square because I'm going to constrain this. I want to make sure it's where I want it to be. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start dimensioning things. This distance I want to be 0.490 from the center of the circle to the top. I want this dimension to be 0.340. Now I want this dimension, I want the top of the square, it's now a rectangle, to be 0.580. And now let's go ahead and use a constraint. I'm going to hit a constraint and I want this equal with this. Makes it real simple, don't it? So now I can get out of the constraint. Let's go back to dimensioning, and I want to dimension the distance from the top of the square to the top of the part. That is 0.05. And from the right side of the square to the right side, I want to go ahead and we'll dimension this as 0.2. Now let's look at a constraint again, this triangle. We want to make sure it's constrained to this. So I've tried to make it horizontal or vertical, and let's make it parallel. So I can make these two lines parallel. Let's go back to dimension now, and I am going to dimension from this point. Well, before I do that, I'm going to dimension this line, and I want this line to be 0.638. Now let's go ahead and dimension from the center of the triangle to the base. My bad. I want to dimension from the bottom point to the bottom base, and I want that to be 0.05, and I have to get out of dimensioning again, pull this back a little bit more because I need to dimension from this point to the side of the base, and this is going to come down of 0.2. So now everything's constrained. The part is not constrained. It doesn't need to be, but everything else is drawn. Oh, yes, we still need to make our circle. The circle is 0.580. And let's go ahead and radius the four corners now. So that's the fillet command. We're going to use 0.2. And if I can click on the two lines, but I notice if I click the corner, it gives me a preliminary, so I can use that. I will take advantage of making things faster for me. So we've just radiused everything now. I don't need the 2D command anymore. I'm going to stop here. I want to do the star separately. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to hit the finish sketch. And I'm going to come in and extrude. I want to extrude 0.3, and I don't want to extrude the square, the circle, or the triangle. I want to extrude the base itself, so I'm going to hit that. And in this case, I want it to go ahead the other direction. So it goes down now, and you can see, let me bring it to the home position. It goes all the way through. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save now. I'm going to go ahead, you can see I already have one drawn up here. It's the passenger base. And it is, if you follow the directions in the activity, they want underscore your initials. So hit save. It already exists. You want to replace it. Well, you know, I don't. Let's go ahead. I'm going to call this 1. And then hit save. So that, go ahead and takes care of this. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and pick it up on the next video where I will put the star in and we'll also shell it. So you guys have a great day. Practice working on this and stay tuned for part 2.